I did actually see some more of this than I thought. You started, Konnan. You did the intro.
Yo, did you see Raw? I mean, come on, there's not much.
Yeah. So, did you
Let
see
me
Raw?
just say this.
Joe, did you watch Raw?
No, I didn't see Raw. No.
Here's the one thing I hate every year, bro. It's the same. Okay, Joe hasn't seen it. I'm going to tell him something. He's going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Joe, this is the time when they have like SmackDown and Raw against each other and all that. All right. Mm-hmm. And you got to pick who's going to be on the Raw team and who's going to be on the SummerSlam team.
Right.
Okay. Right. So every year it's the same copy and paste that no one cares about or talks about. I don't know. It's like a bad habit or tradition. I call it lazy booking. It's always the same tired formula of matches between two teams with internal bickering. You know, it's like, bro, change it up, flip the script. All those writers and experience, and this is what we get again. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And of course, I'm sure somewhere down the line, just so we don't get confused, Joe, they're going to have everybody on
with
the red shirt, right? Yeah. And everybody with a blue T-shirt. That never fails, you know.
It's like, bro, it's such a
shit up,
bro. The Survivor Series was
used to be
great, right? Because his feuds, captains, you got a bunch of everybody's involved and stuff. It's like now it's like, wait a second, bro. Why don't they just do the Survivor Series within the shows? You know, or just ditch the pay-per-view because this whole concept is so there's no heat. The heat is completely contrived. You know, it's like we're supposed to believe that the shows are mad at each other.
Right.
It's like all these people know each other. They'd be like, you know, they're trying to beat each other up because they're on the other shows. Like,
now,
I don't know. It's just so.
I will give him credit for this. Did you see the opening segment?
Yes, I did. The opening segment actually started off hot.
I thought that was very well done.
Yeah. It started off hot. Yeah, talk about it.
All right. Well, I first read about it because I'm sure you have what he said, but I love the promo by Orton where he says he's better than Flair, Undertaker, Michaels, and then he said, and I like this because I'm positive that this is shit that he's read online, and he said I'm going to address it because I've read it too. He goes, "Oh, everybody said Triple H protected me when I first broke into the company, that I was the chosen one by management. Well, the reason that I'm in the position that I'm in is because I am the best. Not because of that, but because I'm a third generation rest." Bro, the guy's just great on the mic when he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? And he brought it right here. And I love this part. This was really good. He goes, "And I dare anyone in the back, Drew McIntyre, this guy, that guy, to come out and challenge me." And Alexa Bliss comes out. That was I thought that was good too. I like when she's in the middle, you know, with the little gloves, pain and pleasure, whatever the they said. And he said, and Orton's kind of looking around. He goes, "He's here, isn't he?" You know, and then the lights turn off. I think she said something like, "He could be here." That's what she said. He could be here. The lights turned off, which always looks cool and sounds cool. And then this guy came and hit him with the Claymore kick, Drew McIntyre, and said, you know, "I'm going to get this title back," or whatever the he said. Then Miz and Morrison come out. They cash in the Money in the Bank, right?
Right.
But then McIntyre beats them up so they can't get the title. I thought all of that was well done.
Yeah, it was very, bro. That's the one thing that WWE does very well is they layer run-ins
when they want to.
Exactly, and that's why. Remember, like our run-ins at TNA and Impact, like in 2003, were always like that because Jeff was very good at laying stuff like that out.
Right.
You know, and Dutch was too, and that's kind of like lost because, bro, you layer things in like, and the thing is. Guys just feed and you hit them with your finish. Guy feed, finish, and you stand up. Then other guys come in, boom, you fight. They hit you with your finish. You know, it's layered real well. Now it's like everybody comes in and they're diving all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like every type of run-in and stuff like that just turns into just a choreographed looking spot with multiple people involved and ends up with people standing outside looking at people to dive on them and then falling down like bowling pins. That's how it usually happens today. But this was done very well. So
yeah, then after that they did a backstage promo which was super corny McCornuts between Miz and Morrison, where Miz was saying that he wanted a match with Drew McIntyre and Morrison kept saying facts over and over. And bro, and they challenged him to a handicap match. Gee, I wonder what's going to happen in that match. You know, and I like this one, bro. So you beat. This is what I was thinking when Morrison was in SmackDown and they were beating him. I thought for sure they're gonna trade him to Raw and then they're gonna rehabilitate him, right? Wrong. You know, so basically they just brought him here, and it's bro. They just come off like bad comedy mid-card scrubs. You know, I mean, they've really done a bad job with both of these guys. And it's like, I don't know.
They booked them like they're in AEW.
Yeah.
Like they're AEW characters, like comedy and skits, and they're just skits guys.
They gave Miz the briefcase, though, right? He's the
that's whole bro. It's far too immature for me to even like discuss how silly some of this stuff is. You know, like there's so many things that are silly that I just can't wrap my head around it.
Right, but my point is, and you know this, Miz is a guy that could be grooming somebody, could be in a good program. Morrison could be grooming somebody, could be in a good program, and they're just wasted talent. You know, there's not that many talented guys like them. You know what I'm saying? It's they're underutilized, and you see it in AEW too. But I'm like, this is the best you have for these guys?
Yeah.
You know how much they're probably getting paid too? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Next was Elias came in and talked about his album. They had the guitar in a pole match.
Right.
I mean, it's just another way to advance this angle. Like, what are they? Are they fighting the Survivor Series, or is they fighting other people?
I don't know, bro, but I thought this was hilarious. After the match, and I'm not sure if he was thinking out loud or not, Brian Saxton goes, hopefully this ends with Elias. This ends it with Elias. I was like, yeah, I agree. Yeah. But, and then, bro, anything on a poll is stupid to begin with. I don't give a fuck. That's number one. Number two, Elias now, to me, which we used to think he was really cool and he used to be one of our favorite guys, to me, he's kind of like stale. Even though he just came back, he just feels like he's doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing different. They didn't repackage him. The only thing I did like is he said when he smashed the guitar over his Hardy's back, it might be his greatest hit ever. I did like there's really nothing I liked about this except that Hardy came off the third and hit him with the guitar. If I were them, I would have had a guitar that just broke into a million pieces and maybe put a little dust in there so when you break it, you know, smoke comes out and shit. It looks really. I'm not into this feud, and Jeff Hardy's another guy. He's super over. You know, you could be doing something way better with Jeff Hardy than this.
Yeah, and Disco, to answer your question, Jeff Hardy and Elias, neither one of them is listed on the Survivor Series card right now. So they're not wrestling each other, and they're not on a team. I guess
it was a blow-off.
As of now.
So Elias went under, I guess. Next is Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax against Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. What'd you think about this?
Okay, I thought it was quick, which was good because Nia and Brooke are not good workers. Quick. Well, not only that, Nia and Brooke are not good workers. Rose is getting better, and Shayna can go, but she kind of like comes down to their level when she's wrestling them. It's very incredible to me how many gimmicks they've given Dana Brooks that have not gotten over. She reminds me of like Alicia Fox, or who was the girl that was the ballet for the Matadors?
Selena?
No, Rosa something.
Rosa Mendez, right?
She reminds me of like Rosa Mendez or Alicia Fox. Like they give him a million gimmicks, and even though they don't get over, they keep giving him another gimmick and another gimmick. And here's another thing why was Lana standing out there ringside the whole match?
Because I think the deal was maybe she like thought that she was with them or trying to. I think she wants to be on the team. She wants to be on the Survivor Series team. Isn't she on the Survivor Series team or something?
I'm not sure.
Everything they did in this show that was I remember it's all about the Survivor Series. Stupid shit.
Okay.
So of course she gets put through the thing after the match again.
The women's Survivor Series team for Raw is everyone that was involved here: Nia, Shayna, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Lana. So Lana's the
right. Yeah. So she was out there acting like it's just. They just try to
the only thing I thought when this match was over is why didn't they put Lana through a table
and the weight on that
right
so so then they do Lashley against Truth
right
and this was the worst this was the worst joke they've given Truth to make. Okay.
Oh yeah, that he thought it was not Bobby.
He thought it was the Water Boy Bobby Boucher.
Right.
And she informed him that Lashley
doesn't even sound like Lashley. Yeah.
No, it's just, bro. It's silly, cartoonish, goofy comedy that does absolutely diminishes the people.
And here's another thing, and it's they're doing it to get Lashley over. That doesn't get Lashley over because
And making these guys do idiotic things around him doesn't get him over.
No, and then
R-Truth act like a moron. Gulak trying to come in and get the thing, getting beat up, and he looks like a jobber. Like this doesn't make Lashley look strong. It makes those guys look like schmucks.
Right,
know?
And not only that he put this guy in the full Nelson and then dropped him on Ronnie so he could beat him. You know, this was brutal all the way. You know, this was mega JoJo.
Right.
What was the next match? Do you have that?
So we have the backstage, this goofy backstage segment where the Lince Dorado told Graham Metallic that Gulak won the title, so they were going to go after Gulak, and they ran into the big guy like they couldn't see him.
Right, and now they were like, "Oh,
like your peripheral vision, didn't work anymore."
More goofy. I got the two Lucha House parties who were goofs in SmackDown. We're going to make them goofs here, you know.
So then they interviewed Nia Jax about Lana being on the team, and Nia Jax was very annoyed. This was not a very good promo, but I don't know. She was trying to act mean, but you could just tell she was not pissed, right? Even when she said, "I'm going to end her career," it's like, okay, whatever.
Right. Who actually ends anybody's career? And I actually thought that when she said it, bro, don't use that anymore, you know, because everybody says it and nobody does it, so it's a throwaway line by this. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So let me tell you another thing here. So then the big guy comes out with AJ. All right.
Yeah.
The AJ and the big guy.
Right.
I'm just gonna call him the big guy. I don't even know who he is. What's the guy's name?
Domban or something like that.
Find out what the name is, Joe. I'm just gonna call him the big guy.
Gabhim or something like that. I'm serious.
I'm gonna call him Kareem or something. So yeah.
Jordan Amagbean.
He's the big guy.
I told you it was Amagabanga.
So Styles comes out with this big guy. Bro, the big guy is very
has zero
green.
charisma.
Okay, let me tell you how green he is.
Yeah.
Okay. He gets in the ring for the ring entrance. Okay, and AJ gets in front of him and does like the shot, just does the drop down thing to do the thing.
Yeah.
And the guy is standing behind him. Okay. And the guy has his hands at his sides and realize, oops, I'm not supposed to have my hands at my sides. I'm supposed to be able to have my arms folded.
Right.
And you can see him like just standing there with his arms at his sides and be like, oops.
Yeah.
You know? Like he could get the ring entrance right. You know? But so Styles talked and complained about the teams and said this was ridiculous.
Sheamus is not good on the mic. What's this other guy? Strowman's not good on the mic, and this guy was not good on the mic either.
They always complaining about being on the team.
And bro, I don't know why, but it kind of gets on my nerve. His kind of like aristocratic tone. You're like, yes, but
I don't like
me. You have not beaten me, big guy. I'm like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
So I will say this match.
The match was not bad.
It's not that it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was visually entertaining because they would be doing these big guy things, and out of nowhere, Braun would just come and clobber everybody. But they would shoot it to where you didn't even see him until he got in the camera shot, like right at the end of this game. Like it was shot very well to make you like a lot of spots.
I'll tell you one. I'll remember the one where they were outside and then all of a sudden Braun came through and they went through the barricade.
Yes,
that was well done. I don't know if you saw this one, and I don't know if it's Keith Lee blowing up because he has a history of this. But I don't know if you saw when he went to press slam Sheamus and he couldn't get up him all the way, and he just threw him into the barricade and could have really f***ed him up. Right.
They put Braun over. So AJ was happy. AJ did nothing on commentary during this either.
Yeah, Braun. I like Braun. I like this Georgia militia outfit he has on. It's a lot better. Yeah. Do you like how you say it's Georgia?
Georgia definitely.
So Angel Garza cuts this promo into the thing. Who's he talking about?
That's what I asked him because he sent me the promo and he goes, "What do you think of this?" And I go, "Yeah, your English is getting." He's excited because he's doing a promo by himself without Celine, and it was a minute and all that. So
right.
And I'm like, "Sounds good. Who the f*** are you talking to?" He goes, "I don't know yet."
It's like so he's doing a generic promo out there.
Yeah, right.
But that was good. Yes, he is well spoken. So he's a good-looking guy.
Good look, and
good-looking guy.
And he's that typical pretty boy guy that gets guys that aren't
Latino lover boy gimmick. So they're the Firefly Funhouse. And did you see the thing where before the segment started, before they did it, they had a tip jar for no swearing. Like
and money was $5 in there. Yeah, right before they went to the commercial.
So before they go to the Firefly Funhouse, they go to Drew McIntyre's interview by Charlie Caruso, and He just accepted the handicap match challenge against the two jobbers.
See, I wonder what's going to happen.
I'm just going to refer to Miz and Morrison as the two jobbers now because they booked them like jobbers.
You know, Morrison's
it's a shame
He's
too.
a friend of the show.
It is a shame. It is a shame. That's a lot of wasted talent, my brother.
So they do the Firefly Funhouse, and it's actually really good with what's her name in there.
Bro,
she acts very well in this.
Right, and so does he. He's great, bro. He owns that part. He understands it. He lives it. He's great.
Yeah, I just still don't get if he's. This is what I just can't stand about this stuff. It's like everybody's a heel here, you know. It's like you're trying to book these two.
Yeah, and
they were supposed to be getting. The two of them are supposed to be a heel run here. And they're the baby faces in this. It looks like it's weird.
Yeah, right. You're right because he's basically talking about Orton. Remember when he goes the 3 most biggest letters, and the pig thought it was PIG.
Yep.
By the way, the pig is over with me. And so,
do you know what the pig is supposed to represent?
No.
The Husky Harris part of his character.
Oh,
like
really?
All those are renumerations of the Bray Wyatt character over the years.
You know who I want to see come back? Who is really good? The Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon puppets.
Oh yeah, Walrus, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next one's good.
Now, and then this was kind of weird because that one puppet, I don't know which one what it's called. He kept saying "f***" and they kept bleeping it out. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? What was he saying? I don't know if you remember. Get the f*** out of here! Quit f***ing with me. Did you see that? That they had the censor, and then at the end she has, I have a funny trick, and her tongue just comes out like this, and it just
goes. Yeah. What's her name? Yeah. They were cussing because they had the swear jar earlier.
Yeah.
So I guess they were like to do the thing. Yeah, I remember that. And then she had the tongue coming out. The end was just gross. So I don't know. It's interesting, but I don't know where they're headed. So which is fine because I got to watch it then. So then Nia Jax and Lana just humiliated Lana, made her look terrible. Then they put her through the table.
Right.
That's basically all this was. Yeah.
And a bad match. Throw that one.
The match was designed to make her look bad.
Right.
Do you notice that? Everything bad. Yeah. Okay. So then, R-Truth was walking backstage with a neck brace. He stumbled on the Hurt Business and opted to go the other way. MVP said, sign his water bottle for him, and they all had a laugh. That was not funny. This was not a good segment for the Hurt Business. They look silly. So then they did VIP lounge with MVP, and they said then Kofi and them came out. I didn't see this. Tell me what happened here.
I didn't see this either. I think I was on the phone. Yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, what do you think happened? It turned into a match. And then, of course, the Hurt Business won in 12 minutes and 50 seconds in a non-title match. So that's like that's such a predictable that's such a predictable segment, you know. Right. So I'm not even that's like, bro. They've literally done that segment with like 10 to 15 different characters,
right?
Where they do the MVP lounge, and then it turns into the next segment. They have a match, you know. Yeah. I mean, it's like just rerun television, right?
Yeah, and even the next segments was not a good segment either.
Yeah, well, Nikki Cross approached Alexa Bliss backstage,
right?
And she wanted to salvage her friendship, and she ended up so she spun her around, and Bliss had the color contacts in her eyes. Did you see that?
No.
Okay, well, I guess it's like a horror. They did like a scary spot,
right?
And then Nikki Cross got she spun her around, and she had colored contacts in her eyes. Like she was weird.
All right.
Ricochet beat Tucker in 38 seconds.
Yeah. And I told you, remember I said Tucker without Otis is going to be lost. And exactly what happened. Then Mustafa Ali comes out with Retribution. I'm like, wow, Retribution is supposed to be this big thing attacking everybody. And now they're in some feud with Ricochet.
Bro, they tried to beat up everybody else and they got beat up instead. So now they're picking up Ricochet. I mean, it's pretty funny. You could book it that way, you know. They'll end up being a comedy pretty soon. But
Tucker's dead in the water, dog.
Yeah, and so Drew McIntyre made friendly with Sheamus backstage.
Right.
So maybe they're working into something where they're going to be friends. They're actually the announcer said they've been friends for 15 years. So I guess everybody from
they were bringing
is
that
like
up.
friends with each other.
Yeah.
So then Rick. Wait, hang on. So then, what's next? Drew versus Miz and Morrison in a handicap match.
Right.
Was the main event. Did you watch this?
Yes.
I don't even have to. Here's what I could tell you. I knew this. I didn't even have to look. I said, I bet you Drew beat them, obviously, and I bet you win at least 14 and a half minutes. And it says Drew McIntyre beat The Miz and John Morrison 15-35 in a handicap match.
Right.
And then at the end, Randy Orton gave me the RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then after that, you could hear Bray Wyatt's laugh all over the arena.
Yeah. So I guess they're working for a three-way with them, I imagine. So at least they'll have one babyface in the angle. So we'll see. All right, that's Raw.
Not a good show. I thought the opening segment was very well done. Mm-hmm. And I liked the Fire Fun House thing. And other than that, there was nothing else I liked, was into, or am interested in even seeing.
Yeah, because the last hour Raw was its lowest ever. And you could see it probably broke down after the Hurt Business wrestled. Right. It probably just went down the tubes after that. You have Ricochet and Tucker and
right. Well, who would want to see McIntyre versus Miz and Morrison after the way Miz and Morrison were booked early on the show and have been booked on SmackDown? If you watch both shows, who would want to see that? It's almost like today's AEW main event. I was like, what?
Yeah, right.